Hi, everybody. Look who I'm here with.
Hi.
Hello again.
We are here today to talk to you about how it's never too late to chase your dreams, your creativity, and everything you've ever wanted in life. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Tracy. I started my YouTube channel when I was 50 years old, inspired by these two. Mom.
Hi. Do you want me to go in now?
Yes.
And I started my crafting business when I was in my 70s. And
I'm Rick, and I started my crafting business in my 70s.
so it's never too late.
That's right. And we're going to
Never.
tell you how we decided to do it, what prompted us to do it, and why you need to do it too. So you guys have seen me on here plenty of times, and I want to share with you how I started my YouTube journey. You all know, or maybe you don't, I am a full-time lunch lady, a dream job that I discovered at 48 years of age. And as I entered my 50s, and of course being and seeing and hanging out with these folks, I was inspired by their daily creativity and the small wins that they were creating for themselves. You know, at this point in our life, usually we're slowing down and making transitions, but here I was seeing them blossom. And as you all know, or maybe you don't, I have 2 grown children, and I was watching them chase their dreams. And so it inspired me to think a little bit outside of the box of what inspires me and what makes me want to grow as a person. So when I was trying to think, what could I do? I can't really draw, so I ruled that out. But I just thought of other creative outlets, and always making YouTube's videos was on the horizon for me. So that's how I got started. I just set aside a day and a time, and I said, I'm going to go for it. I am going to try and start my own YouTube channel and see how it goes. And that's what did it for me. So, Mom?
What I've been in the medical field for almost 50 years now, actually. So, and I love doing what I do. I'm a cytologist, not psychologist, but cytotechnologist. So I screen slides for cancer detection, and I love that. I recently retired from management in that field, and I think I realized from what Tracy just said, instead of retiring, I refired. So I'm refiring, and just started working on my crafting designs a little bit more, and started making floral arrangements while I'm still working.
Beautiful floral arrangements.
And people kept saying that, but my
Yeah.
inspiration came from this one over here and my family. And that's how I got started. And other people mentioned to me that I should start putting them out there at markets. So I started a floral design business and home decor business at the local markets, and people actually liked the product, and that helped me keep going. And it all started when, and then we realized for years I've been doing that, something similar.
Right.
Been room mom. We've been making arrangements and or door decorations at all of my jobs, and we won awards for all of that. So
Competitions, yeah.
it made me realize I've been doing it my entire life and just never put my own spin on it. So that helped me a lot. And the inspiration that I got from my family is what helped me continue to do that. And the positive comments that I got from everybody else.
Aww.
Very good. For me, these two always inspire me, and I've always been creative, and I can draw.
He's the only one.
Yeah, the
of all
only
of us
one.
that can draw.
I can draw. For me, what got me going was I like props, and I wanted this particular house. It was a haunted mansion kind of house, and I couldn't find it in the size that I wanted. It was only small. So I decided, well, I'll just build me one full scale, really big, huge. And once I knew I could do that, then it just led to, well, what else can I do? I can create houses, barns, you name it. And I like the challenge of it. The challenge of it to see if I can just go from a concept to a 3D reality kind of thing. And then once you get there, then you start thinking, wow, what else can I do? I can add smoke, I can add special effects, I can do all that, and I don't have to spend a lot of money. I can do it with stuff laying around the house, recycled goods. And these two are always saving stuff for me, bottles, or they'll take a meat package and go, what can you do with this? So the challenge is fun, and use your creativity, and you'd be surprised what you can come up with. But thank you too for supporting me and inspire me always. And
Yep.
for you viewers,
All
that's
the
the
time.
biggest
Thank
kick
you.
for me, is to have you see what I'm doing and your feedback. And I'd like to hear more of your feedback and what else you'd like to see.
And
I think we all would.
the support that we get from the viewers
Right.
is what keeps us going.
Right, because this channel would not be possible without you. And you are full of creativity and dreams just like we are, and we're making them happen. And so we hope that you will join us on this journey, making your creativity and your dreams come true as well.
I'd like to add that we bounce things off of each other
All the
Right.
time.
all the time, and you'd be surprised. You know, you get a lot of good feedback, and if it's not about that particular project, it might be a great idea for something you might want to try next. So sharing things and knowledge and ideas and even critique has been very helpful for me anyway.
And we've never had an argument or fight over it either, that critique.
Not
So
yet.
accepting
Not
positive
today.
positive criticism is the most important thing. And the other is from customers too. For my products, I get a lot of feedback because I work in certain colors and that I like. And other people are like, oh, do you have this? I really like this, but do you have it in this color? So it's helped me step out of my comfort zone
Right.
and utilize
Right.
different color schemes. And we don't throw anything away. We
We don't.
recycle.
We
And
try.
even takeout
Reuse.
containers,
We try.
you can make a lot from takeout containers. So
I just love, bouncing things off or sharing ideas with each other. Or if you're really good at the floral arrangement part, she'll ask me, like, I need a hole drilled in this, or I need this supported somehow, and I can add to that, or vice versa. So that's really been beneficial, and it allows us to share our passion with each other in a creative way.
yeah, I couldn't do it without your father's help because I'll find a container that I want to put an arrangement in, but it doesn't have a hole in it. So I'll mark
Yeah, I'll
it. He
put a
drills
hole
a
in
And
it.
that's
hole.
where Dad comes in.
And then for his houses, he'll make his houses, and then I will add
The
the little
and
curtains and the
stuff.
flower boxes and all of that. to
So
it.
see, it's a love,
Right, and
Equal
there's so
trade-off.
many levels to creativity, not just switching jobs, or creating floral arrangements. Maybe you have a shed like Mom. I mean, look at the creativity she put into
That's-
that,
yeah.
making it Rose Cottage. It's never too late. So we're so glad you're here, and
Always follow your dreams, pursue
right.
your dreams, your desires,
always.
and it'll come.
A plus to all of that is, even though I've retired, it keeps the mind healthy.
Mm-hmm.
To think of concepts or ideas, it's helpful to write these things down. You may not ever build it or whatever, but at least you got your mind thinking about stuff. So I found that to be very healthy. Have you a little notebook nearby, and whenever you get an idea, just write it in there and
Yep.
see where that takes you.
We all have our journals.
Yep.
So
Every single one of us.
Right
I-
here.
Yep, I have
can't-
my notes.
I couldn't sleep at night if I didn't have my journal.
Thank you all very much.
So one of the things I wanted us all to talk about is just because you heard me say that I set a day and a time to start making videos, that doesn't mean that my fear disappeared, because it didn't. I was a nervous wreck when I started making videos. I can even remember, like my children who are so supportive, they were kind of chuckling when I said I was going to start making videos. So, how do you put the fear aside and just start? Well, you just do, because you realize, or at least I realized for myself, that regret would be a lot more. At this point in my life, I've learned that failure just means I'm growing and learning. And so that's all I've ever wanted to do, is grow and learn. And so that for me is what made me and prompted me to start making my videos. I just figured if I make mistakes, I'll make them, I'll learn from it, and I'll grow. And so, Mom, what about you? Did you have concerns when you started?
Concerns, it was all new to me. A friend suggested when I was gifting an arrangement to do the markets. I had never done one, or that wasn't a goal, was to do that. So when she mentioned that to me, I researched it, went online to see what I needed to do, and needed to have a canopy. I know we've talked about this before. I needed to have a canopy, chairs, tables, tablecloths. Just researched all of it and just took it one step at a time. And we rented a U-Haul the first time. We were the only ones there with a U-Haul. And then we've learned to pack cars more efficiently, take all the product. And for over 2 years now, we've been doing these markets. And
Successfully.
Yes, and the first market was scary. I don't know if it was fear so much as it was fear, and just being scared and nervous. And after we got set up, nobody knew that we were newbies. We just, nobody knew that. We were the only ones that knew that. So that's what you have to go into it, I think, looking at, is that nobody else knows that this is your first time, or I've never done this before. So now that we do them, it's funny because I have other people coming up to me asking me how I got started. How do you do this? Like I'm some professional or something like that. And I think to myself, if only you knew. So, and my motto is, and your brother and I have this saying that we got off of a Galaxy Quest movie. It's never give up, never surrender. So whenever you
hear that,
whenever you feel like you think you're in over your head, you're not. Just never give up, never surrender. And just there's another one that I like that I have written down, all these positive comments, is don't retreat, just reload. And keep going.
I love that
So
one.
That's great.
that's what keeps me going. And again, the support of family and the customers.
Right. What about you, Dad?
I remember our first setup, and it's a pop-up canopy, and we never did one before. And I'm thinking, okay, there's going to be 200 people there. We're going to get out of our car, and we're going to struggle with this. So what we did a dry run. We set it up in the driveway, so we knew how to do it.
That's a fantastic idea.
We also drove out to the site to see how far it is, see how we got to get there, and to see what the setup was going to kind of entail. So with her, and the fear part was getting over the initial, and that, and once we got past that, we were good to go. We were like we had done it 1,000 times. But for me, the fear of what I got into is a little bit different, because the fear of starting your own channel, or the fear of starting your own business, I didn't have that. So the fear of failure, I achieved that. I failed a lot, and I learned from each and every one of those failures. And it made me appreciate the times I was successful. And when I did fail after that, it was like, no problem. I'll just rip this apart and start over. So,
You always got to get back up.
yeah, fear taught me to just jump in, do it. You don't like it, make it change.
Right.
Right. The power of the pivot. That's
The
another
power of
thing
the
we've
pivot.
learned. And I think all of us have learned that. You may have in mind what you want to say, what you want to do, what something's going to look like. And it may not turn out that way, but don't get disappointed and
Right.
or discouraged. Just pivot and make a correction.
And what I like to say is nothing's permanent. So
Right.
if
Yes.
I put something on whatever I'm creating and it's not right, change it.
Right.
That's what he's always
Yes.
telling me. When I'm doing something, he's like,
It's that simple.
so change
Change it. Don't like the color? Change it. You don't like that window? Rip it out, put in another one. You know, in anything you're doing, that's just a small example of what you could do overall.
I had a customer once picked up an arrangement. He really loved the container that it was in, and he's pulling on the flowers. He's trying to get the flowers out, thinking, "Can these come out? Because I want the container." I'm like, no, they're glued in. So there's certain things you can change, and there's certain things you can't. So the ones you can't, you learn to live with, and just move on.
But even in floral arrangements, if you don't like it, you adapt. You try new things, new combinations. I mean, it's a never-ending thing. I look so forward to all of the challenges, right?
Right.
Because the challenges is what takes you and elevates you to being more creative, to being more confident. And fear just kind of fades away after that. So keep at it, keep going, keep trying, and never give up.
So next I want to ask Mom and Dad a very important question for anyone out there who's watching who thinks it might just be too late. Like, what do you think? Mom's trying to tell me to sit back.
Being mom, sorry.
What do you think at this season in our life, what have you learned, like, for anyone who's watching that thinks it's too late? What would you say to that, the two of you?
I take inspiration from the fact that I watch Murder, She Wrote a lot. And Jessica Fletcher in that show, she actually retired from teaching for 35 years, and she started writing at that age. And in real life, Angela Lansbury, that plays Jessica Fletcher, she started filming Murder, She Wrote when she was in her 60s. So she wasn't too late for her. The same thing with Dick Van Dyke in Diagnosis Murder. The pilot was filmed when he was in his 60s. So
I've always loved him.
I take inspiration from that. Same thing with Chuck Norris in Walker, Texas Ranger. He started in his late 50s, early 60s. So they give me my inspiration. So it's never too late. And there's a saying that I keep in my craft room that says, she believed she could, so she did. So
Yes.
whatever you believe or want to do, the first step is the hardest, but just make that first step. And if you believe you can, then you can. And there's another saying, if you believe you can't, then you can't. But if you believe you can, then you can.
So true. For me, as far as some people thinking it's too late,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's not in my vocabulary because
Right.
up here, I'm still in my teens, you know. I know out here I'm not. So my mind is always telling me there's no such thing as too late. Do it now. Do it today.
Right,
You've got no reason not to,
right.
right? So I'm thinking, yeah, listen to your inner self and realize that it's never too late. Accept
Age is just a number. That's
accept
all.
new challenges and go for it. And you'd be surprised what you can come up with. So it's never too late.
That's right. So if you were looking for a sign, this is it. So we hope you will stay with us and stay on the journey for 2026. We're so excited to see what you can do
Exactly.
and what we can do.
And for 2026, remember, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago or now.
And remember, make every day a magical day.
Yep. So we'll see you in the next video.
We love you. Bye.
Love you.